so I can get the proper help, and I don't know how to go about it. And I just need an advocate that can help me because I'm done. I'm done stressing. I'm done tired. I'm done not having the help that I need and having an adult here that won't help me. And I have a child. And
I'm disabled.
I'm tired, and I'm disabled. I can't walk. I can't move in my home.
I'm medically disabled.
And
she's lying to you.
He has no documentation.
She's lying to you. I could pass a psych evaluation.
Arguing with me right now, which is
I'm not arguing you. You started yelling at me.
It's causing me grief.
She created an argument by yelling at me and then created a reaction.
My conversation in my bedroom.
I'm not in your bedroom, I'm in the hallway. Yes. She's a psychologist who's mentally abused. My mom's lying to state workers. That's creating false. That's creating a false statement. That's creating a false statement through the state of Oregon, which is probably a federal crime. Lying to the state. Remove you. Remove. What? Oh, I spilled my powder. I spilled my powder. My mom's over here making falsified statements to the state workers, saying I'm the problem. When I literally came to my room, she asked me to sign some papers for housing. I came to my room and I sent her ID with housing imprinted in font over the ID. And she's like, if they don't accept it, you're the problem. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just saying you can only use my ID for housing. The only reason you would get upset if I had font over ID saying for housing only is if you're going to use my ID for criminal activity and scams and fraud. That's the only reason I could see you being upset. You know what I'm saying? That being said, she's making falsified statements to the state workers saying that I'm yelling at her and then this and that when she's the first one that initiated the argument with yelling and raising the voice. And she's not saying that to the DHS because she's lying and pushing a narrative, right? If she's pushing a narrative, what had happened was I called her out. She started yelling at me after I said, if you use my name in scams and fraud, my name's from God as a prophet. I need to speak prophetic words with my name, right? And then she got all mad and started yelling at me and saying this, that, and the other, and started yelling at me. She initiated the yelling. I was talking normally fine in my room. I grabbed the papers, put them on my bed, was about to read them, etc. Took a picture of my ID again to resend her so we can get housing or whatever. And she was yelling at me, da 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 da, you're the problem, you're the con, you're the da 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 da, you're an N-word lover, da 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 da. And then I started raising my voice to reply because you can't hear from the hallway from my room to her room. That's the only reason I raised my voice. And then she goes to call DHS saying, oh, he's yelling at me. How pathetic do you look? Starting the argument and then playing the victim. That's exactly what happens. Anyone around here can hear this shit. Straight lying to everybody. Initiate an argument, yelling at me, and then I raise my voice to talk to her from my room, and then she calls fucking state workers saying I'm yelling at her. How pathetic do you look like playing a victim when you created the argument and the whole system? Everybody here can hear it. So that's what she does. So anybody in this town that listens to my mom, she initiates everything against me and then plays victim. That's her plan. And she's a master manipulator, narcissist who went to college for like 10 years to study psychology and dropped out 10 hours before getting her graduation certificate, which means most criminals do that so they don't have it on their file. She's saying good luck. I'm not blood. No! Go to grandma's room. Go to grandma's room. You're spilling powder all over. Go to grandma's room. Go to grandma's. Go to your abuser. Grandma abuses you and then tries to blame me. Whatever happens to you, it's grandma. Whatever is happening to you, Lucas, it's grandma. What voodoo? I haven't even lit a candle, stupid. My mom has schizophrenia and paranoia of spiritual practices. I don't even do nothing against her, and she's all, oh, you're doing voodoo shit. That's paranoia. That's paranoia and schizophrenia. That's what I use. Yeah, schizophrenia and paranoia. Oh, you're doing voodoo shit. I haven't done one thing against my mom. One thing. I'm in my room having to lit no candles. You can see my altars. You know what I'm saying? That's paranoia. She's had black magic paranoia my whole entire life. When I was a little kid, we would be in the car. We would be in the car. I was like 6 years old. She would say, "Oh, they're doing black magic on us. Give me a yellow color a rag. Give me a red color shirt. Give me your, you know." She was saying, They're doing black magic on us." Ever since I was a little kid, she had paranoia of black magic. And because I became spiritual, she's schizophrenic. My whole family knows that. Irma, Melinda, fucking Jason. My mom's talking about black magic and being scared of black magic her whole life. And now she's projecting it to me. You have trauma, you're projecting. I'm on YouTube live right now, just recording all this. Recorded half of her phone call. Caught her lying to a state worker. Caught her lying to me, calling me a con and a criminal when I'm not doing shit. That's the first lie in the red flag. Caught her playing victim today, right now, in front of everybody, right here on camera, and initiated an argument, started yelling at me to get a reaction in order to call state worker and tell them that I'm yelling at her when she's the one that initiated the yelling and the argument, playing victim. So I'm catching all this on camera right now. This is really gonna look good if my mom does anything against me. She's gonna look fucking playing victim, fucking calling me criminal when she's doing criminal activity, trying to use my ID for scams and fraud, and getting mad that I put housing over it. You know, all this stuff. All this stuff I can't make up. I can't make this shit up. So right now I caught her lying, initiated an argument, then playing victim and calling state workers and lying, making a falsified report to a state worker and a state agency, then playing victim and all that. You know what I'm saying? And everyone around here could hear it. And I don't give a fuck. This is how my mom works. She doesn't get her way, she starts yelling and then starts trying to set you up and frame you. And then lies to the falsified agencies, the reports, the EMTs, the fucking state workers, the police, and plays victim while she's lying. And everyone can hear me right here, witness to themselves. I don't give a shit. All right, I'm gonna hop off this live. This live is 8 minutes long. It's just a little venting session. Basically, my mom basically. So this is the whole story. This was the documentation. This is the investigation, right? Woke up, ate breakfast, all that good stuff. She keeps calling me N-word lover, the end with the ER at the end, which I don't even understand what that means because I'm not dating no one, I'm not sleeping with no one, I'm not inviting no one over, I'm not going anywhere to anybody's house. So what am I loving? I ain't loving anybody but myself. That's the first red flag. So whatever her plots and plans are, she's beating around the bush, setting me up, and then calling me N-word lover, trying to play off the situation and the narrative. Says I don't even know what she's talking about. Second off, she's calling me con and criminal and this and that and other, and I'm in my room staying by myself with my window and blinds open every day. The neighbors can look in at any time if they want and see that I'm innocent of anything. You know what I mean? So that's the second off red flag. Um, the third red flag is like she's saying my nephew's getting hurt, this, that, and other. If my nephew's getting hurt, it's my mom because no one else has been here. You know what I mean? Third off, um, I wouldn't hurt any kid like you know what I mean, physically like that. You know what I'm saying? Second off, um, my nephew's a baby prophet. Do you think I really want that kind of fucking weight and karma on my fucking life? Yeah, right. I already overcame my karma. I'm protecting my nephew and teaching him prophecy and teaching him how to visualize prophecy. So that being said, I'm his godly protector, and my mom's a fucking whatever's happening to Lucas. It's his mom. It's my mom and her associates. I don't even know what's happening to Lucas. She just keeps saying Lucas is hurting, so that means it's her and her associates because I'm protecting the baby prophet. That's my duty from God. So if you're disrespecting my duty from God, you're disrespecting God. So that's the way I see it, and the way God sees it, because I'm protecting the baby prophet, and I already have confirmed prophecies online from Lucas. So So she wants to keep playing stupid games. Everything my mom says that I'm doing, reverse that and put it on her and then connect the dots because that's what she's doing. Anyways, the documentation is I woke up at breakfast, everybody came to my room, and my mom woke up and told me to get up, right? And she said, I need you to sign these papers. I get these housing papers from my mom. I need you to sign these papers, right? And so I come back to my room, and she's talking about the ID. I was supposed to send the ID to M Pacheco from housing or some shit. I look up M Pacheco the other day when I sent it. Looked up the website. I screenshot the website, put it on Facebook, and it had the email and all this other shit. No picture there or anything. And and then I sent my ID just to clarify and put it in my investigation because I deal with scams and fraud done against me in my name. And I think it's my mom and my sister and Irma and Sandy. And then and so I investigate everything I sign everything I sign, and every time I send documents out, I document it online, YouTube and fucking Facebook and everything. So I can clarify what I signed. And so there's no ands, ifs, buts about it, right? So I signed papers the other day for housing authority, and I gave it to my mom, right? And in the signature, I put housing, and in the signature, I put ministry is a separate entity. So that signature is only being used for housing for me and my mom. So if that signature is taken and put on other documents, then they're violating my signature and doing scams and fraud, etc. So I always, every time I in my signature, I put the reason for the paperwork that I'm signing, so there's no mistakes with my signature. Then I sent the ID and I posted on my Facebook. I sent ID with font over the ID saying housing, so it can only be used for housing purposes. You know what I'm saying? Then my mom hit me up today, and when I sent the ID, I said Prophet Reverend Fernando, right in the email section, and then my mom told me, oh, she said she didn't get it, or it's probably a spam email or something. Yeah, right. She's seen it say Prophet Reverend Fernando, probably didn't answer, right? Then my mom's saying, "Oh, they can't read the font." Da 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 da. So I take another picture of it. I send her the email that I sent to Maria Pacheco, and then I resent it to her. She said she sent it to him. Then I retook another picture of my ID and put housing over it in font again, and then housing only over font and on top of it. Then I put the expiration date 2029 over the top of the ID, so it only can be used for housing with my mom, right? My mom gets mad and says, "Oh, if they don't take it, da 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 da, you're con, you're a criminal, da da da." How am I a con or a criminal? You're telling me I'm signing housing papers. I'm clarifying my ID can only be used for housing. Where's the criminal activity in that? The criminal activity looks like you try to take my ID and get me to send you a picture of my ID, and you got mad that it had housing over the top in font, so you can't use it for anything else, and that you got mad it had that over it, and that you were trying to use my ID in scams and fraud, so you got mad and angry like a narcissist would and started calling me a con. Because there's no con in me signing up for housing and putting giving identification through email and putting font over the ID saying housing purposes only and shit, not in those words paraphrased, housing purposes only. There's no con artist or criminal activity in that. Where is the con or criminal activity in clarifying your identification card is only can be used for housing while you're signing up for housing. Where's the criminal activity in that? The criminal activity would be from the criminal that is requesting the paperwork, that is requesting the ID, that is telling me it's from housing, and getting mad. I put font for my own protection of my identity. For any other use, it'll be invalid. It seems like my mom's a criminal and doing scams and fraud with the state workers. That's what it looks like. Anyways, I send her a picture of ID with multiple fonts over it, expiration date, housing authority only, etc. I don't cover any information. I put it in the blank parts of the ID and sent it over to Maria Pacheco. And the website's on my Facebook in case it's a fraudulent website. And then I sent it to my mom again, etc. in the email. So she could send it on and we could get signed up or whatever she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. She's fucking tripping. And then she starts yelling at me. And then if we don't get into this, it's your fault. My fault for what? I'm not doing anything. I'm staying at home fucking by myself. No one's ever here. I don't invite nobody. My mom hasn't brought nobody over here unless she's hiding them in the fucking house when I'm sleeping or some shit. But no one's been here. The other day I caught the screen off the window. Someone was jumping in the window in my Lucas's room. So that means someone was breaking in my house. So I already caught that. So, you know what I mean? They were sneaking in my house trying to set me up or breaking in for whatever reason. I already caught it on camera and put it on Facebook and fucking Instagram or TikTok or whatever under investigation. So we already have clarification someone was breaking in my house. The second part is that she's just acting suspicious. That she started yelling at me after, if we don't get this, da 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 da, it's your fault, da 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 da. And then she started calling me derogatory names, criminal, con, the N-word, lover, this and that, and saying I have like abusing her and shit. I ain't done nothing, one thing against my mom, especially in a house blessed by God. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, are you retarded? Anyways, um, um, that being said, she called a state worker agency right in front of me, right, not right in front of me, in her room while I'm over here in my room, and started lying to the state agency saying that I have mental health issues, etc., all this and that, just because she doesn't understand she gets paranoid, and then she's like saying, "Oh, you do voodoo, da 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 da," and gets all schizophrenic and paranoid that I'm doing witchcraft on her when I haven't even lit nothing against her. The only thing I have been doing is protecting myself. I send any energy sent against me, physical attacks, spiritual attacks, I pray it back to them. And if they're reaping any type of witchcraft or repercussions, it's because they did something to me first. I can't be blamed for that. I'm only returning energies back to where they belong, etc. So, anyways, she has paranoia of witchcraft ever since I was a little kid. A little kid, I was in the back of the car and she was having lottery tickets saying she's going to win the lottery. She's going to win the lottery. And she was saying, they're doing witchcraft on us. They're doing black magic. Da 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 da. And I was like 10 years old. I was probably like 10 years old. My whole life I dealt with this. This is just a memory that traumatized me since I was a little kid. Black magic, da 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 da. They're doing black magic on us, da 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 da. Oh, they're doing voodoo on us, da 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 da. Well, I'm gonna win the lottery. They're cursing my lottery ticket. And then she's like, "Take off your shirt. I need a red color over the lottery ticket. I need a yellow color over the lottery ticket. I need a black color over the lottery ticket." I'm in the back seat taking off my shirt and shit, looking like a crazy person with another crazy person driving me and telling me to take off a red color shirt or whatever shirt or color, a certain color over the lottery ticket, like it's in a fucking mojo bag and shit. Like, this is the paranoia and schizophrenic that I deal with since a kid, of being schizophrenic and paranoid of black magic and spirituality. I have not done one thing against my mom here. You know what I'm saying? And she's over here saying I'm doing voodoo on her and shit, and I'm yelling at her, abusing her. I haven't even abused her or yelled. The only time I raise my voice is when she raises her voice, so it's in rebuttal. So that means she's initiating the mental abuse and the verbal abuse, etc. Because I don't even like raising my voice. I'm humbled as a motherfucker. I'm super humbled. I stay to myself and I be quiet and I talk out loud and I make fucking TikToks. You know what I'm saying? So she had paranoia my whole life. My whole family knows that my mom is paranoid of spiritualism, black magic, and witchcraft ever since I was a child. My Aunt Melinda, my Aunt Irma, I actually caught her on camera talking to my Aunt Irma about black magic and shit, saying, "Oh, they're doing black magic on us." I got her on live stream saying that multiple times over. My Aunt Melinda, fucking Uncle Jason, fucking Irma, my cousin Sasha, Lydia, they all know my mom's scared of black magic and paranoid and schizophrenic of black magic. She talked about it our whole entire lives. And now that I'm spiritual, she's either trying to frame me or she's projecting a fear of lack of understanding. So either way, I have not done nothing against my mom here. I said protections over me, and if those protections attack you, it's because you have ill intentions towards me. That is not my fault. It's like setting a thorn bush around you in a circle, okay? And someone coming and running and attacking you, and boom, they fucking fall into the thorn bush and hurt themselves. That's what a protection is like. So if I'm protected and you're doing scams, fraud, fucking criminal activity against me, fucking word of mouth lying against my name, fucking attacking me physically or spiritually, and you get hurt and your witchcraft comes against you, it's because you stepped into someone's protection field that you shouldn't have stepped over bounds. You know what I'm saying? That is your fault. That's not my fault. Anyways, my mom's been schizophrenic and mental health issues her whole entire life, and had paranoia of black magic, and my whole entire family knows this. And now she's projecting the issue. Oh, you do voodoo, and she's projecting her fears onto me when I have not done one thing against her spiritually, other than set a protection over myself. I even set a protection over my mom and sister. And the day I set a protection over my mom, she had a prophetic dream of her skin clearing up with oil. And after that, her skin started clearing up. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me I'm hurting my mom when I'm the one protecting her. As soon as I leave the house, my mom's gonna die from me not having death protecting her. That's why she's breaking out. She thinks my death is attacking her. The only way my death is attacking her is if she's attacking me. And that's on death's own accord. I'm not sending her to my mom's way. My mom has super schizophrenic mental health paranoia against black magic and witchcraft since I was a child. So over 30 years, 20 years, 15 years of mental health issues with fear of witchcraft and black magic. And my entire family can vouch this. And now she's projecting it onto me. And all I have done is put protection candle over my mom and helped her have a prophetic dream. So I faith healed my mom twice, one outside the old house and once here, helped remove the pain and helped her feel better the next day because the sickness would have lasted at least a week or two. So I pulled the pain from her with the archangels. And then she still fears my magic? She sounds pathetic. She's projecting, mental projecting her fears and her biases. And then she goes along and tells the state workers that I'm yelling at her when she started yelling at me, verbal abusing me, mentally abusing me. And then I yell in rebuttal, but I'm not even really yelling. I'm speaking at this voice in order for her to hear me from my room to her room. This voice is what I was using. She was yelling at me with derogatory terms, which is mental abuse and mental health issues, saying I have mental health issues and I'm yelling at her and playing victim to a state worker, making a falsified statement to a state agency, which is a criminal act, a criminal charge. And everyone can witness it here right now. My neighborhood, I don't give a fuck. They witnessed my mom making a falsified statement after yelling at me. To a state agency. This is what she does. She sets you up, tries to make you react, and then blames you for everything, and then plays victim to the state agencies, the police, the fucking EMTs, and everything. This is what she does. Anyways, proof in the pudding. I can't make this shit up. She did it on her own accord of trying to frame me right now and act victim when she's the one that did everything. Anything happening to her or my nephew is my mom and her associates' activity. I'm a prophet protecting a baby prophet. That is my godly duty. I'm not gonna overstep that bounds for any means. Everybody knows I'm spiritual as fuck. Everybody knows I love God. Everybody knows I prophesy. Everybody knows I stay home and pray every fucking day to be closer to God and my spirits. So I take my spiritual practice and my spiritual duties seriously. And one of my spiritual duties is to protect Lucas as a baby prophet and raise him to know prophecy and God. So whoever's saying I'm doing whatever is a fucking liar.